This is ABC7 News at 5:30. Your Suncoast News. We're here for you.
Welcome back. The city of Northport could soon be the home of the Atlanta Braves spring training. But for months now, the question has been who will pay for it all.
Tonight, we're learning more about how the relocation and the new stadium would be funded. ABC7's Kate Flexter breaks it down.
There are several different parties financially involved in this project, each one responsible for making this vacant lot a new home for the Atlanta Braves.
The idea is to transform this 70-acre vacant lot into a state-of-the-art spring training facility for the Atlanta Braves, a project with a $75 million price tag.
The Atlanta Braves, we are hopeful, will mirror what the Baltimore Orioles currently have for economic impact in our community.
It's a cost the 5 involved parties plan to split. Sarasota County would pay $22 million in tourism taxes. The West Villages, where the facility is to be built, is applying for $20 million in state funding. They're also providing the property and infrastructure at a combined cost of about $15 million. As for the Braves, they would pay about $7.5 million up front for construction, followed by annual lease payments. And finally, the city of Northport would pay about $4 to $5 million over several decades. On Tuesday, the Sarasota County Commission voted to redirect tourism development taxes to foot the bill, a decision they say won't come at the expense of any other tourism programs.
It's not impacting beach renourishment, beach maintenance, anything like that. So we're not taking dollars away from anything else. We're just taking a little bit from promotions for VSC, Visit Sarasota County, and reallocating, reproportioning some of the existing to be able to take care of this facilities.
Meanwhile, in the city of Northport,
we have to go forward as if everything's going forward. So we have to get all of our ducks in a row.
At Wednesday's City Commission meeting, the focus was on the ability to use the stadium for other events in the off-season.
The Atlanta Braves, with their name recognition, not only brings people to the community during those times, but it really helps put Northport on the map.
Here at the West Villages, they have until July 1st to file that application for state funding. For now in Northport, Kate Flexter, ABC7, your Suncoast News.
Kate, thank you. 2 homes are burglarized and a vehicle stolen in a South Venice neighborhood. Sarasota County Sheriff's detectives say the crimes happened overnight between 4 and 7 a.m. The first on Ocelot Road, when a white man with an Eastern European accent, possibly Russian, got into a home by breaking a glass door. Later, someone broke into a garage at a home on Oxalis Road and stole cigarettes from a vehicle. Then a Jeep Cherokee was stolen from a home on Conisco Road.
A battle years in the making between environmentalists and one of the most powerful developers on the Suncoast is back in the spotlight. Carlos Baruf, the developer of Medallion Homes, is returning to the Manatee County Commission for permission to build a project called Aqua by the Bay. The 529-acre property sits on Sarasota Bay along the longest remaining stretch of mangrove-lined shore in the area. Once known as Long Bar Point, the revised plan calls for almost 2,900 homes, multiple high-rises, and a nearly 2-mile seawall. The developer says the project will have no impact on mangroves or seagrass, but those opposed aren't convinced.
Their plan doesn't call for any impact on the mangroves, and they have no plan to destroy the environment whatsoever.
And all of a sudden, you get a greedy developer, and they just want to ignore policies that we know are important to not really just us, but future generations.
Tonight on ABC7 News at 7, we'll take a look at the controversy years in the making and where things stand in the fight.
Both the city of Sarasota and Northport have new commissioners tonight. In the city of Sarasota, 3 candidates were in a runoff for the 2 at-large seats on the city commission. Voters electing Hagan Brody and Jennifer Ahern Koch over Martin Hyde. In Northport, Jill Luke is the unofficial winner, taking 53% of the vote over Pete Emmerich. Luke will take seat 4 on the Northport City Commission. And voter turnout in both Sarasota and Northport, those numbers are in tonight. In Sarasota, more than 8,500 people voted in the runoff. That's about a 22% turnout. And more than 4,600 people voting in Northport, which represents only a 10% turnout. But Sarasota County Supervisor of Elections Ron Turner says election numbers exceeded the turnout of the elections in March.
The only major Republican to announce he is running for Florida governor will make a stop on the Suncoast tomorrow. Florida Agriculture Commissioner Adam Putnam kicked off his 2018 campaign with a rally in his hometown of Bartow today. This week, he will be going on a Florida-grown bus tour that will take him to 22 cities in 10 days. Tomorrow night, Putnam will be at the Southgate Community Center in Sarasota. His tour will wrap up next Saturday. So far, 3 Democrats have announced that they are running for governor. Former state representative Gwen Graham, Winter Park businessman Chris King, and Tallahassee Mayor Andrew Gillum.
After Florida lawmakers ignored their calls to vote down a sprawling education bill, opponents are now asking Governor Rick Scott to keep the proposal from becoming law. The bill covers everything from charter schools and teacher bonuses to school uniforms and sunscreen. But just hours after lawmakers passed the measure, opponents started to urge the governor to veto it. Critics have seized on the fact that the measure, which includes pieces of roughly a dozen separate bills considered during the legislative session, emerged from budget negotiations Friday afternoon.
We heard over and over on the floor, it's a terrible bill, but we'll fix it when we come back next session. Florida students can't afford to wait until next session. It needs to be fixed now, and the way to do that is with the governor's veto.
The most notable parts of the legislation are a proposal known as Schools of Hope, which would encourage charter schools to locate near academically struggling public schools, as well as an expansion of the Best and Brightest teacher bonus program.
Students in Sarasota County were treated to a Fresh from Florida lunch today. The special lunch was served to highlight Sarasota County's frequent use of Florida fruits, veggies, and beef through farm to school programs. The kids got to chow down on a hamburger with a Florida beef patty and Florida lettuce, tomatoes, Florida milk, and seasonal fruit as well. Superintendent Dr. Todd Bowden helped serve the lunches and talked to the students about the agricultural process.
For many of our kids, the lunches that they receive at school, in some cases breakfast, lunch, and dinner, that's their source of fresh quality food. And so it's real important to highlight to them what a balanced meal looks like and where food comes from.
Farmers and producers from around the Suncoast and the state participated in the program.
Can't beat fresh food from Florida.
Right here locally.
Yeah,
all
in
those
our schools.
ingredients. It's amazing.
It's awesome. All right, back to Bob now, who details how hot and kind of, as you said earlier, Bob, hazy out there today.
Yeah, you can see that haze too. Florida seeing some haze all across the state, really. There's pollution advisories in Hillsborough County too, and that is a result of this stagnant high pressure ridge. 86 degrees though. It's nice along the coast. Winds out of the west, northwest at 16 now, a bit brisk, and that's going to be the similar conditions tomorrow. We'll start off calm, dead calm in the morning up into the early afternoon. Sea breeze will kick in after 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, and the winds will start to pick up. So keep that in mind, Mariners. As far as the temperatures go right now, it's hot away from that sea breeze. 91 in Tallahassee. It's 93 in Orlando, 94 into Jacksonville right now, and that little sea breeze helping things out in Bradenton a little bit, although not as much as Anna Maria Island. It's 85 there, 84 in Siesta Key, 82 at Minnesota Beach, 86 in Northport, but the mid-90s in Avon Park and Sebring continue. Well, the planner for this evening looking pretty good. We'll see clear skies up until 11 o'clock. Temperatures dropping down to the low 70s, so a little bit above average temperatures throughout the Suncoast. No rain to speak of, and we're not anticipating any showers tomorrow. There's a slight chance over the weekend. Details on that coming up in a few minutes. Back to you.
Thank you, Bob. Officials at the Hanford nuclear waste site in Washington state are moving toward the recovery phase after a section of the tunnel used to house contaminated radioactive materials was breached.
A routine inspection revealed that soil had collapsed over an area of the tunnel which was storing contaminated rail cars. ABC's Marcy Gonzalez shows us what's being done at that site tonight.
At the country's largest nuclear waste complex, crews spend part of the day working on repairs after a portion of this tunnel where radioactive materials are stored collapsed.
Respond to the Purex tunnel for a possible collapse of the tunnel.
The Hanford nuclear site in Washington state, where plutonium was once extracted for nuclear weapons, has been closed for 30 years. The only work there now, cleanup of enough radioactive debris to fill the Superdome. The cave-in prompting fears of a radioactive leak and leading to the evacuation of hundreds of workers.
And they put us in take cover to make sure we were safe and that we were all accounted for.
Officials say no workers were injured. There's no risk to people in nearby communities. facilities, and they found no radiation was released. Still, they're taking no chances as they fill that 20-foot by 20-foot hole.
The person inside that excavator is wearing filtered air and personal protective gear. Our goal is to perform this work safely. Employee safety is our #1 focus.
And officials there at the site have not yet said what caused the tunnel to cave in. Marcy Gonzalez, ABC News, Los Angeles.
ESPN is responding to the tragic news that the wife of one of its longtime broadcasters was killed in a car accident. Chris Berman's wife, 67-year-old Kathy Berman, was one of 2 people killed in the wreck yesterday in Connecticut. Authorities say she was driving a Lexus and hit a Ford Escape driven by an 87-year-old man. After the collision, Berman's car went down an embankment, then overturned into a small body of water. The Escape hit a power pole, and that driver was also killed. ESPN president issued a statement saying his thoughts and prayers are with the family. Chris Berman was scheduled to be honored at the Dickie V Gala this Friday here in Sarasota.
Well, it was a great day for drivers who travel through Atlanta. Today, an announcement they've been waiting a long time for.
As of rush hour next Monday morning, the Interstate 85 bridge will be completed and will be open for traffic.
Yeah, the governor announcing 10 days earlier than expected it will open. Crews have been working around the clock for the last 42 days to repair the bridge. A fire caused the bridge to collapse back on March 30th, creating a traffic nightmare for the entire city. No one was hurt in the collapse. Georgia Governor Nathan Deal says the federal government's quick response to give the state financial assistance really helped get that construction moving quickly. Ahead of schedule. You love that.
That's always the best.
Well, still to come in your Suncoast News tonight, runs to Target may soon be a thing of the past.
Do not tell me that. The retailer is trying something out to compete with companies like Amazon. That's straight ahead.
For your plumbing, electrical, or air conditioning, and services is qualified, and service calls are free. And services.com, A-N-D, services.com.
Everyone loves a bright and cheerful smile. Not everyone can find the dental care they need and can afford. Now there's a place nearby where anyone can receive professional quality dental care at an affordable cost. The LECOM School of Dental Medicine in Lakewood Ranch is now accepting patients. You will receive your care in comfortable, state-of-the-art treatment rooms. To schedule your appointment, please call the LECOM Dental Group practices, 941-405-1600. We will be happy to see you smiling again.
Hi, I'm Chef Judy. Every Wednesday morning, I'll be with the chefs at the Publix Aprons Cooking School serving up the most wonderful dishes. Watch Aprons in the Kitchen every Wednesday on ABC7's Good Morning Suncoast.
Outdoor living is one of the greatest perks about living in Florida. So whether this is your style, or this, or maybe this, contact Superior Pools. They've been building pools from Sarasota to Naples since 2001, and they would love to build yours.
Daddy! Happy Mother's Day!
Thank you, sweetie.
Happy Mother's Day.
Exceed your mom's expectations this Mother's Day with flowers from Beneva Flowers and Gifts.
They're coming from Tampa, Fort Myers, even Orlando. They're coming from everywhere for the Sarasota Ford Promise. Our promise means a new car you'll love. If not, return it for one you do. At Sarasota Ford, we promise live market pricing. We monitor national pricing on our entire inventory, so you get the best deal. In fact, we guarantee it. Bring us any competitor's ad, and we'll beat it by at least $1,000. That's why they're coming from everywhere to Sarasota Ford, where 41 meets 301. SarasotaFord.com.
With all the furniture choices you have, where do you shop? How about Bacon's Furniture and Bedding, now available in Sarasota? Treat yourself to a new Beauty Sleep Queen mattress set starting at only $399 and save up to $800 off an adjustable base with your mattress purchase. Find huge Memorial Day discounts of up to 70% off throughout our showroom with hundreds of items ready for immediate delivery. It's the Memorial Day sales event going on now at Bacon's Furniture and Bedding, available now in Sarasota. Nobody beats Bacon's.
For your plumbing, electrical, or air conditioning, and services is qualified, and service calls are free. And services.com, AND services.com.
Heart disease is responsible for 1 in 4 deaths in the United States, according to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention. But doctors say there are things you can do to keep the dreaded condition away. And as Kim Hutcherson tells us, many of them are fairly simple.
Improving your diet can be a great way to keep your heart healthy, and it can start with just a few simple choices. Here are some suggestions on swaps you can make at mealtime. Try whole grains instead of refined carbs. The American Heart Association recommends 3 servings of whole grains a day. To help with that, consider 100% whole wheat bread or choose brown rice over white rice. Instead of a burger, go with poultry, fish, or beans. To many people, burgers are delicious, but so is chicken or a tasty seafood dish instead. Experiment with spices instead of salt. Too much salt can spike your blood pressure, so see what's in your spice rack to get some flavor. It will make your meal taste great, and you won't have to worry about the sodium. And finally, have some nuts or fruit instead of chips. When you're taking a look at the snack vending machine, consider taking a break from those salty potato chips. Try some nuts instead. They have fiber and heart-healthy unsaturated fat. Fruit is another great substitute for a bag of chips. For today's Health Minute, I'm Kim Hutcherson.
And now let's head over to Bob. Of course, you get outside and take a walk. That's good for your heart, too.
Sure is. And looks like things are better in the morning, too, for that walk. A little bit cooler this evening. Temperatures still into the low to mid-90s inland areas, although near the coast. That would be the best place to be, although the air problem continues to be that as a result of the stagnant high-pressure ridge. We're not getting much mixing in the atmosphere, and that is causing us to see high pollution advisories. Now, this area in red or pink that you see right here, this is a high fire danger right now. It's due to the relative low humidity in this area. On top of that, we have very dry and extreme conditions there. Along the coastline, it's not in there because we've got that west breeze, which brings a little bit more moisture and higher relative humidity as that breeze comes ashore. 86 right now at the Sarasota Bradenton Airport, 84 in Bradenton, and 78 now in Venice. The high today, it warmed up to the upper 80s, no 90s today, at least at the airport. 85, the normal high, and 94 the record, set in 1929. This morning's low was at 65, which is fairly typical. And we're approaching 9 inches as far as the deficit goes for the year. In rainfall, temperatures in the upper 80s, 87 degrees tomorrow with lots of sunshine. I once again will think that we will see another advisory issued by Sarasota County for pollution problems as a result of this stagnant system. As far as the lows go tonight, we'll see them dropping down into the upper 60s to low 70s, and then highs tomorrow will warm up into the low to mid 90s inland areas away from the coast, but right along the coastline, we're talking mid 80s there. And then again, for low temperatures, right around 70 degrees to start things off on Friday. We'll see lots of sunshine on both days. The upcoming forecast is calling for another hot one, though, for inland areas on and through Friday. Well, here's a look at the latest as far as that wind forecast goes for the future winds. We are seeing basically winds turning to the west in the afternoon, but generally very light conditions as a result of this area of high pressure, which will slowly sink off to the southeast over the upcoming 48 hours. As a storm system approaches, this storm system is going to weaken considerably as it heads our way. The front will come down. We'll get some high cloudiness on Friday, but generally speaking, no real threat of any significant rainfall here until a slight chance comes on Saturday and early Sunday, but that'll be about it as the front kind of washes out. Some rain to the north of us, so into parts of Louisiana, Alabama, and into Georgia. The area of low pressure continues to generate some storms over the central U.S. There have been some tornadoes reported already into Kansas this afternoon. More anticipated in the southern and central plain states. Behind that front, temperatures really starting to drop. 49 in Denver, 55 at Albuquerque, 59 in Chicago, but out ahead of it in St. Louis, it's 86 right now. And the same in Atlanta, 54 in Boston. For boaters tomorrow, winds will be out of the north. Very light to start things off in the morning at around 5 knots, picking up to 5 to 10 late morning. And then up to 15 knots, say after 2, 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Coming out of the west, seas will be 1 to 2 feet. And a light chop turns into a moderate chop late in the day. The UV index high and water temperature starting to warm back up. Low 80s right now, 81 that's taken at the end of the Venice Pier. Low tide upcoming, 8:23. Another one at 7:17 tomorrow. And sunset will be at 8:09, sunrise at 6:44. Clear skies, mild tonight. Mid-60s inland, upper 60s to near 70 degrees near the coast. Tomorrow, look for a lot of sunshine. Low to mid-90s inland, 86 near the coast. And west winds 5 to 10. The extended forecast does call for a slight chance for a shower and some increase in cloudiness beginning on Saturday. And Mother's Day looks to be good. Lots of sunshine and temperatures in the upper 80s. Back to you.
Thank you, Bob. Now to Suncoast Traffic Watch. No accidents right now, but traffic is a little backed up on both the Green and DeSoto bridges in Manatee County.
Facebook is cracking down on links to spammy sites. The social media giant says it's taking aim at links to what it calls low-quality web pages. For example, pages with too many ads and not enough original text or images it considers spam. Also, if a site's ads are disruptive, shocking, or malicious, Facebook says it will make sure fewer people can see it and click on it. The links are not being banned. If you post one, it will still appear on your wall, but their news feed ranking will drop and they will be seen by far fewer people, if anyone at all.
Target is getting ready to take on Amazon and Walmart's 2-day shipping options. The retailer is trying out a new program where orders are delivered to customers from their nearest store the next day. Like so many retailers, Target sales are dipping, and this new program is one of several moves the company is making to try to recoup some of those sales. Right now, the program is only available to employees. Target plans to expand it to Red Card holders in Minneapolis and St. Paul this summer, which is where Target is based, so they're going to start in their market there and see how it goes. So I would get on it. I mean,
don't you imagine a future where people just don't even leave their homes?
I don't like
everything
that.
Comes there.
See, I'm so old school, including shopping. I want to go there
and see it, touch it,
right? Especially for a place like Target, because I always end up finding all this other good stuff. So
me too.
Cost me, but entertainment news is next.
There's never been a better time to call California Closets. Now during our Finish Upgrade event, save up to 20% when you upgrade to an Italian-inspired wood grain finish. Contact us for your free design consultation today. Visit our showroom or online at californiaclosets.com.
There are many choices when it comes to AC companies. Our advice? Choose a company that performs employee background checks and is licensed with top manufacturers like Daikin. Daikin offers a 12-year parts and labor limited warranty. For better comfort and value, call Elite Heating and Air.
It's Lincoln's summer sales event here at Alex Karras Lincoln. Drive a brand new 2017 Lincoln MKC Sports Utility for $249 per month or 2017 MKZ for $299 per month. We are proud to introduce the newest addition to the Lincoln lineup, the all-new 2017 Lincoln Continental. We have a great selection and ready for immediate delivery. Alex Karras Lincoln, affordable luxury, winner of the prestigious 2015 President's Award, serving Florida's Suncoast since 1978. We are located 2 miles north of the Sarasota-Bradenton Airport on US 41.
Since 2004, Embracing Our Differences has used the power of art and education to promote diversity. One way it accomplishes this is through its annual outdoor exhibition of 45 billboard-sized works of art, each accompanied by an inspirational quote. Join us in creating a community that is inclusive for all, where differences are embraced and individuality is celebrated. We invite you to celebrate the voices and visions of diversity and inclusion at this year's exhibit at Sarasota's Island Park.
You only have one life. Are you gambling with it? 1 in 3 adults have high blood pressure. Not knowing your numbers could cause you to lose, big time. Luckily, you can turn the odds in your favor by getting your blood pressure checked today. Don't leave your health to chance. Learn more at heart.org/HPB.
I heard about the Dotoli Cancer Center through friends of mine who had been treated here and were very pleased with the treatment.
If there is prostate cancer, we at the Dotoli Cancer Center will find it using 3D color flow Doppler ultrasound.
And and that helped precisely identify where my cancer was and some additional cancers that were not found during the biopsy. I would recommend the Totally Cancer Center. As a group of human beings, they are unbelievably great.
There's never been a better time to call California Closets. Now during our Finish Upgrade event, save up to 20% when you upgrade to an Italian-inspired wood grain finish. Contact us for your free design consultation today. Visit our showroom or online at californiaclosets.com.
Walt Disney's original concept art for Disneyland is now going up for auction.
The hand-drawn map from 1953 shows how many of Disney's ideas came to fruition and reveals how much the park has grown since it opened in 1955. Disney used the sketch to show potential investors his vision for the park, including Main Street, Fantasyland, Frontierland, and Tomorrowland. The map will be auctioned off in Los Angeles on June 25th and is expected to sell for as much as $1 million.
In just a few weeks, Disney World will open its latest attraction at Animal Kingdom, Pandora, the world of Avatar. The attraction is based on James Cameron's box office blockbuster movie Avatar. This new land is set a generation after Cameron's final film in the series, which is still years away from theaters. The planning for Pandora began in 2011, so this world is a long time coming, a collaboration of Walt Disney, Imagineering, Cameron, and his production company. Inside Pandora, guests can go on a river journey deep into a bioluminescent rainforest, steeped in the tradition of the Na'vi people who live there. And for more daring, you can link up with an avatar, get on a banshee, and then fly right across Pandora.
There are deeper messages like conservation and taking care of the land, taking care of each other and animals and plants and things. I think that's really important. But I also want them to come out going, my gosh, this was so amazing. I've never done something like this before.
Pandora will open on Saturday, May 27th, and ABC7 Suncoast View will bring us a sneak peek of the new world just days before that opening date. That sounds pretty cool.
Exciting. Yeah, that luminescence. That's awesome. We'll be right back.